Do I have a game here for you folks with these High Elves versus Khorne? That's right, it's a Khorne versus High Elf matchup, or High Elf versus Khorne matchup. We got Anticity here versus SkarBrand. This is for the... Ooh, this was on our SFT, if you guys haven't noticed. I've been running a lot of those on Total Tavern. My boy SkarBrand joined up and he wanted to play his main faction. He's going up against Anticity, the final boss, as it is. He's a real banger. And Anticity brought a build I really like. SkarBrand brought a very standard build I would play against High Elves. A lot of sword and board, or axe and board if you want to call it. Skull Taker makes sense if he brings a dragon or something like that. The ability to give weakness, lower melee defense, and armor helps out a lot. Or just a Phoenix as well. And immediately, he goes for 5 Shadow Warriors. And if you guys haven't figured it out already, this is a very nasty kite build from Anticity. And if you look at the stats, good, he's trying to shoot. SkarBrand dodges on the Khorne Gores, but those Marauders of Khorne just eat it. With this kite build, or no, I was saying the stats. Yeah, it's very Khorne favorite. I think it's like a 66% win rate for Khorne. And it's not like Khorne doesn't win. Khorne actually doesn't win in terms of fighting, unless you... when it comes to even levels of skill. Khorne just wins on points. It just keeps pushing High Elves away because they can't win on the long-term engagement. So what does High Elves have to do? They have to heal. They have to do things with Plague of Rust to lower armor, which is real nice. Real nice. Because Anticity is just doing this. He's just slowly but surely deleting Chaos Warriors and getting value early on. Value and points early on. And at this point, I was thinking, oh man, SkarBrand, this is pretty much game over. What? He's just gonna keep getting kited. But SkarBrand's faced this before. I faced this kind of build where, yeah, you just get kited or shot by a bunch of arrows as a Mono God Chaos player, and you just wait till they run out of ammo. That's the game plan right now. Because once the Shadow Warriors disappear, what's it gonna do? Countercharge with, or cycle charge in with the Silver Helms all day, which is an idea, but with so much armor, you're not gonna get that much. Yeah, look at that, even on that charge. Well, it was a bit of a sloppy charge. There was a bunch of units just still conglomerated together. However you say that. Hellforge Beller coming in to force the shots out on the Shadow Warriors to get them out, and he's dodging, he's baiting in the shots. Wasted ammunition from 5 units is money. But then comes the friendly fire. The beautiful dodge by the stupid friendly fire. Thanks, Hellforge. And Anticity's just trying to screen out those nasty Khorne Gores so that Silver Helms can feast, which I don't blame him. Here comes the Swordmaster's Oath. Silver Helms coming around the side. Here come the sacrificial dogs to come stop them. Anticity is up basically 1,000 points already. Trying to get these Silver Helms into the Belarus, but I don't know if that's really gonna do anything, seeing as how the Belarus and Skull Taker are there to just munch on those nasty boys. Yep, and the dogs. Oh no, those are the lions. Those ain't dogs. The lions are chewing up on the Khornes and the Chaos Warriors and the Marauders. But yeah, it looks like Skull Taker and the bunch are able to just clean this up. And you could tell SkarBrand's just dealt with this nonsense before. Chaos Warriors don't want any of that Swordmaster of Hoth smoke. In the back, chewing up on the dogs, but here come more Khorne Gores, trying to just buy time until the Unbreakable kicks in. Beautiful shot from the Belarus, absolutely destroyed a bunch of those Shadow Warriors. Took out 20 models probably on that. Jeez. More Khorne Gores. That's the name of the game today, Khorne Gores and Silver Helms. And this is a bit of a, yeah, Anticity's Lord's got to get the hell out of there. Yeah, SkarBrand cannot afford to lose the Hellforge Belarus. That is the moneymaker right there. That's what's going to be able to just keep those Shadow Warriors out and off the objectives. Anticity up 2,000 points. Jeez. That's not where you want to be with a high-level player like this. Although Anticity cannot afford to lose his Lord. Losing the healing, losing the Plague of Rust. I'm so used to having High Elves be healing. Yeah, losing the Plague of Rust early on would be absolute bonkers. And the Lord with the... I mean, High Elves have high enough leadership where losing the Lord isn't that bad. And most of his units aren't really on the verge of leaving. Maybe the ones in his backline. enemy SkarBrand's backline. That's about it. SkarBrand screening them out, closing the gaps, driving the Silverhelms into his deployment zone, where he can summon in Khorne and trap them up. And luckily, Skull Taker has his cloak. I think he's got his cloak active. The one where he's got immune to flanking, which is going to help him out in these big blobs being surrounded. And he's SkarBrand's doing a cheeky play where he's trying to take the home objective, Anticity. Anticity's not playing that though. He's going to come in with the lions, the helms, and the host, and try to do something about it. Oh, the Bellower's still rocking. These Swordmasters, though, are actually doing work. I know Swordmasters aren't everyone's favorite cup of tea, but they're doing some work here. Sacrificial Lambs here on the home objective, or on the home objective Anticities. Now he's getting triple capped. Yeah, he's about to be triple capped. He's taking side objective over here. Anticity, get some shots in. Come on. It's not looking too good, but it's also not looking too bad. SkarBrand's closing that gap. He's closing it pretty quick. Khorne are probably the one that's doing most of the work along with this Bellower. The Warriors and the Marauders are just sitting there taking shots from the Shadow Warriors, which is nice, but Shadow Warriors really need to be focusing out a lot. I think it's just priority right now. I think priority should be Skull Taker, but I mean, he's getting screened. Like, what can he do? Hence why this is a tough matchup. He needs like a single. Anticity needs like a single entity to come bully this stuff. And speak of the Phoenix, and it will appear. Phoenix now trying to cause some terror, push away a lot of these units. That's exactly what Anticity needs right now to get back in this. Some that won't die that easily. And Khorne, although they will do okay into the Phoenix, the terror and the counter charges from the Silverhelms will do a lot more work. Man, that Plague of Rust combo is just so sick. I give it up to Anticity. That's a slick play right there. Shadow Warriors only have like 1 or 2 ammunition left, so once they're gone, Anticity can unsummon them, basically going up to like 3,000 like value ahead at this point, because he's getting all that refund, and he's still doing damage. That is so nuts. Now, while in Chow we were hosting this, there was talk that Anticity should have left the Shadow Warriors to fight after they lost all their ammunition, because he's going to unsummon them. No surprise. I mean, I would unsummon them, right? You want to get more Silverhelms in there. You want to get another big monster. More units to take the ground. Because Shadow Warriors get absolutely dunked on by Chaos Warriors and all the likes. The Hellforged Bellowers, Skull Taker will clean them up. Just cycle charge them in. And speak of the... yeah, here comes the Bellowers trying to take shots at them, so they don't get value. Fury's even trying to get on them, so they don't get on something. Ooh, nasty shot from the Bellowers on top of Anticity's lore. Here comes the Phoenix on top of the Bellowers. That's money. Here comes more units from Anticity. Come back up that Phoenix. Skull Taker's not having any of that smoke. He's probably going to intercept those units so he can stop the charge. Lions War... lower, I think, melee attack or melee defense. I don't remember which. He's trying to take those out. Here come more Khorne to come trap up these units. And that's what, I love this tactic SkarBrand keeps doing. He's got these units, his Skull Taker, his Bellowers, these high-end units that Anticity wants to take out. And then, it's like a donut. You have your big, higher priority pieces in the middle, and surrounding them, faintly surrounding them, are these Khorne, these Chaos Warriors, just to trap in the Silverhelms, the Phoenixes, the high-end units he also wants to get. And the Bellower still lives. Another fuck. Oh my goodness. Those shots are just money. The Bellowers is just doing work today. Yeah, this was a crazy game. Look at all these units. He sacrificed the Horsemen. I don't know if I would have done that to the Silverhelms, but hey, if you want to keep that Bellowers in. And another... man, this Bellower is just going bananas. Bananas. And yeah, he wants a piece. Well, the Bellowers is going to now start knocking him. Here comes the Phoenix. Here comes Skull Taker, just this conga line of death. Yeah, get him, Skull Taker, get him. Khorne to back up. The Bellowers are about to crumble now. Oh no, maybe not. Maybe we can get some pot shots in, get some health back in. Oh, nope, there it goes. Finally done by the Phoenix. Okay. I mean, I think it's gotten its value at this point. It shoot away a lot of stuff. Yeah, all that's left now are Lyrian Reavers and Silverhelms, which isn't bad, but they gotta deal with Khorne. They gotta deal with mostly Khorne. That's not ideal. Not ideal at all. What are they gonna do? I mean, you gotta bait out some charges. They're on the points. SkarBrand's ahead on points. Lower on value? for now. Oh, and here comes a big charge. Throwing in the Marauder Horsemen. I don't know about that. That's so weird. I think he's going to throw in more... Yeah, the Khorne Gores, the Chaos Warriors. No, those Marauders. Skull Taker, just to get some beatings on these Silver Helms. I mean, to be fair, it's 625, 600 for these Marauder Horsemen. Trading out for 1,000 and a Phoenix. I don't know how much the Phoenix is. Must be like 1,400 or something. Not the Rainbow Phoenix. I know it's cool too with the Phoenix that Anticity brought. You can do Plague of Rust on a unit, drop their armor to practically 0, and just bombard them with its the Phoenix's ability. And it does so much damage. It's actually pretty nutty. We might actually see it here soon. On these Marauders. Yeah, I think he's about to do that right now. No, the Chaos Warriors. Yeah, you see that? Drops the... And it just does so much damage. It's really slick. I gotta hand it to Anticity. He went from 2,500 already to 14 with the charge and just bam. But here come Minotaurs. So Anticity's going for the home objective, trying to get a 2-cap. He's got the mobility advantage, but he's got Minotaurs, absolute Minotaurs. You think 5 Khorne Gores would be enough to deal with all this? No, he's got Minotaurs in case a dragon shows up, a lord he can't kill with healing, or just a shit ton of cav. And there, I think Fireborn are in this as well, in the mix of this. Fireborn, Dragon Princes. And the Minotaur's got to do work. Yeah, Anticity throws everything at him. And, yeah, they're the Fireborn. And it's not going to be enough. Because now you got Skull Taker providing a boost to them as well. And by them, I mean the Minotaurs. You got them flanking. So, yeah, look at those Reavers just get deleted. And then after that comes the Fireborn. And then there's nothing. He didn't even take SkarBrand's home objective. He's just throwing all these things on the Minotaurs and trying to take it as long as he can. I mean, all he's got is one thing, Silver Helms. And a Phoenix, and the Phoenix still got no cap weight. So, Swordmaster's going in against the Khorne Gores. That's something to be worried about, though. I don't know. I don't know what you do with Swordmasters in this. I guess Skull Taker and the Minotaurs. Once the Minotaurs clean up here, you can charge into the Swordmasters and keep counter or cycle charging. And the values now close again. SkarBrand's got more units. I might be a bit biased, saying my boy SkarBrand might hopefully win this, but he's my boy. He's my practice partner in all these fights. I gotta give it to him. But Anticity ain't no joke. Yeah, his lord's still alive. He's on the home objective. He's not looking anywhere near cleaning up on the sides. He's still got a Phoenix though, but his lord's low, so he can't just keep willy-nilly throwing his lord out there. And I think some counter charges, maybe some Marauder Horsemen throwing axes into the Swordmasters would be plenty. And wherever the Phoenix goes, that's where Skull Taker's going. Yeah, these these axes were chasing off Reavers. They need to get back into this fight. Need to get back into it. Another good charge. Khorne Gores are unbreakable, so they don't give a shit. And they'll just turn around and kill whatever the hell is charging them at this point. That is... Oh, Khorne Gores are so good. They're so good. But once that Unbreakable breaks, they break. Minotaurs chased off too far in the woods. They're going to get back on the side objective here. We got Khorne Gores? Not Khorne Gores. Oh, doesn't matter. Fleshhounds coming in. GG SkarBrand taking on Anticity and winning. GG's Anticity for giving him a hell of a beatdown. Yeah, the first 3 to 5 minutes, I thought Anticity was going to have that. No doubt. His build seemed perfect for dealing with SkarBrand's. But SkarBrand kept to his guns, just played the objectives, and won. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what else Anticity could have brought. Would have been different. I don't know. I think the Swordmasters of Hoth were fine. I think if he would have just went Chariots instead, because there's no... Yeah, I think Chariots are the way to go. Because the Chariots will do massive damage into the Chaos Warriors of Khorne. I mean, the kiting is good, but you just get Chariots just cycle charging in, and that's it. That is it. I think that's also what SkarBrand also mentioned, too. So, yeah. Alright, we're going to go to the next game. Because this was the semifinals. We're going to show you guys the finals game with Dr. Jellyfish. Alright, here we go. Alright, SkarBrand, Jellyfish. Here we go. Here we go. Everyone's taking up their positions. I like this new map we got going on. This is Imperial Road. Sideways, as I call it. And I want to see how it plays out. And it looks pretty interesting. You got 2 points and then the one in the middle. And the beauty of the 2 points on the home objectives of each player is if you want to attack your opponent on their home objective, you got an uphill charge, and they get a downhill charge. So it's really hard to it's really hard to get onto the objectives and just nosedive in. You really have to play the sides, and that's why I think SkarBrand played his position well. Just have these defensive units over here, have your cav on the side to come countercharge, and just wait for an opening. And these build players are just building up right now. And I think Jellyfish is a bit overextending here. He really doesn't have to go into the home objective of SkarBrand's. He could just keep building up for a side force, maybe. I mean, all that's over there is what? I think it's force. No, they're Khorne Gores. And yeah, here comes SkarBrand coming down. Solar Engine. I don't like the Solar Engine. It's only ever good in like against Cav, or I wouldn't even say SEs, because SEs it'll be like an inch away and only the splash damage will do anything. It'll be like 100 points of splash damage, which sucks. But in a big brick of Cav, it can do some work. Although I say that, and the Knights of the Brazen Throne only take like 50 to 100 damage. It's goofy. Yep, everyone's just posturing, just trying to bait the other out. But SkarBrand's closing the gap. He's got Minotaurs of Khorne coming in. Yep, here comes the full court press. Yeah. SkarBrand's now taking the fight to this nastiness, and here we go. Skull Crushers versus Spear Riders. Skull Crushers win every day of the week. Skull Crushers, I was doing this test. Skull Crushers just dominate everything. Even Rot Knights on the charge, which is insane. I mean, Rot Knights do have a bunch of buffs and everything they can give, but so do the Knights, depending on which faction you're playing with them, whether it's Walk or Khorne. And here we go, Knights of the Brazen Throne, absolutely gonna do work. I love these guys. Bam! Look at him go. Oh. I need to paint up my next Skull Crushers like these. Oh, they're so beautiful. Just that pure black and bronze. The Rune Lord brass would be nice. Or Retributor gold. And yeah, it's just a pile of destruction coming in from SkarBrand. Fury's in the back. Skull Crushers. The two technically triple Skull Crushers, one being Knights of the Brazen Throne. It's just too much. And I love this build. Anything with triple Skull Crushers is an absolute win for me. He's on the home objective now of Dr. Jellyfish. Jellyfish's Lord is caught up with all these units. He can't go anywhere. He's trying to heal with Apotheosis. And guess who's coming? Skull Taker. And he's coming to take Mazdamundi off his toilet suit. And then the rest of his units can now cycle in and charge everywhere else. And that's GG, folks. He's 4,000 points ahead. I mean, what'd you expect? It's SkarBrand. He's coming in for the kill. And that's how SkarBrand won this SFT. Alright, we're at the end of the video, folks. If you liked it, please like, sub, follow me here on YouTube. We're on the road to 2,000. Come join me on YouTube so you can be on tournaments or just show some love on the stream. With all that said, y'all have a good one. Peace. And goodbye for now. GG SkarBrand. GG's Dr. Jellyfish.